No matter where we're from, what disciplines we have, we all have kind of a curiosity and connection with nature.
Nature forces you to come out of yourself. When you begin to observe aspects of life, the respect for that becomes so much more important.
The more we understand it, more we experience it, it's part of seeing the world that we are a part of as opposed to apart from. It's important that we're connected to that. Thank you all for coming out today for our wildlife walk. I'm John, this is Natalie. We're going to show you how to use your binoculars, look at pollinators and birds, show you a little bit about how you could attract wildlife into your own yard.
When I started here at SCC, I was actually a psych major. I thought it was a kind of a side hobby, a project thing.
Did a tour actually when I was in the 3rd grade. Walking into the building was one of the craziest experiences of my life.
I grew up what we would say like an urban Native American. Our desert environment is so special and I want to protect it as much as I could. I expressed interest in what CNUW was. Then they brought me up to Natalie.
And the Sonoran Desert is a hot spot for bee diversity. So out of everywhere in the world, we have like one of the top number of bee species living here.
So I've been at Scottsdale Community College since 1997, I think, was when I started as a student here. Started volunteering and just kind of never stopped. So.
The Center for Native and Urban Wildlife mission and goals are to educate youth and adults to steward the Sonoran Desert.
We're all about hands-on ways to engage. We do a lot of work for restoration and local community gardens, pollinator gardens. We have service learning projects on campus that our students can hop on.
The greatest part about it is that it's kind of bringing the urban interface with the natural world together. A big part of CNUW is making sure that people are educated on what the natural environment is and how you can bring that into an urban environment.
CNUW started in 2000. It was an idea of my late colleague, Roy Barnes. We were in a meeting to jot down some ideas about opportunities for students in the area of conservation biology.
They came up with this concept to create a program that celebrated the natural environment,
where students could get practical experience and then in turn teach others, because we felt that was the best way to learn.
Being a campus on Native American land was a wonderful place to start this program.
One of the first things we did was kind of go into this big quad area that was all grass, and we put in our first pond.
It was just a boring grass retention basin that takes floodwater. And Roy Barnes, our founder, said, you know what, I'm going to turn that into a mesquite bosque.
We wanted to plant that green area to replicate a very threatened, endangered habitat in the Southwest. A mesquite bosque, a small mesquite little forest with closed canopy trees, because we wanted to attract wildlife.
There was some protest at the time. Some of the faculty were worried that we were going to lose our grass and the students wouldn't have anywhere to hang out. And I think we know what the better choice was.
Two-water circle, when you walk into the pond area and the natural shade and all of the insects that come in there, everything is just a natural system that takes care of itself.
Today, students are sitting down there, students relaxing and looking around. It's just so peaceful.
It is the heart and soul of who we are at SCC. You see the beauty of nature, a learning space where students can come and learn and grow. To blend architecture, to blend development with nature and the environment that is here. That's what makes Two Water Circle so special. It's an oasis that's right here at SCC.
One of the other projects we work on campus is investigating our native bees. So you probably are familiar with the honeybee, but that's not in our suite of native bees.
So there's solitary bees, and what they do is they cut leaf material, roll it up, and make several cuts into a little tube. And a lot of pollen. No, they don't smoke it, but they lay their egg in there.
So in the 3rd grade, when I did a field trip at CNUW, it did spur a lot of my love for the natural world. That's one thing I remember the most, was that room where we have all the animals.
We're sitting in Toad Hall. This is our Sonoran Desert Nature Center. We house somewhere around 40 species of native reptiles, amphibians, and invertebrates. This is a way for people to walk in and see these animals up close.
The Sonoran Desert definitely has a lot of pokey plants and a lot of bitey insects and animals, but it also has a lot of fascinating, beautiful, rare things within it.
It's always a big goal of mine to kind of work through some of those and make sure that people realize they're just animals living their life and they're not out to get you. We've had somewhere around 50,000 elementary school kids come through.
Showing a 4th grader a leopard frog and just getting them excited and knowing that's in your backyard, I think that's a really valuable thing.
This is our seed library. It's an easy kind of way to bring the desert into your home.
All right, so what we're doing today now is preparing the arundo reeds to become bee bundles for our native cavity nesting bees. Okay, so start product, end product.
As you think about where we're located, we are on the land of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. When you think of our name, Scottsdale Community College, the middle of that is community. We believe it's so important that CNUW focuses on Arizona species because we're doing our best to contribute to the growth and the restoration of our community.
I see it. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh, that's exciting.
Look at, there you go. It's a nuthatch.
It is.
That's so cool. And you see how he kind of hops his way up and down?
He's looking for bugs to eat that are in the bark.
That's a great find.
Yeah, so we're up to 181 species of bird on campus because of this kind of habitat here. And we'll get unusual ones like this guy, the painted redstart, that kind of come a little bit outside of their range to come to these resources. There he goes.
There he goes. Oh, look how cute he is.
They're really good at utilizing different people's strengths and passions to help, because there's a wide array of ways that you can help in biodiversity in the local desert anyway.
We hope that we can give people a way to personally connect with the desert around them, because if you don't know it exists, you don't care that it disappears, So this is a way to give them a small action plan and a personal connection that they'll do something about.
I do it for our students. I guess that feeling that I've enabled them to not only learn, but to give back, to do something of meaning back to the world in which they live in.
I was that kid, who was always looking at plants and animals. When I was a baby, I would just sit and stare at bugs. So it's wired into me, and CNUW kind of allowed that part of me to grow.
It brings people outside to experience the healing that the natural environment can provide. We're talking about the healing of gratitude and the healing of appreciation. I believe if you sit here for 5 minutes, it is a time for gratitude. And gratitude is just so important in a healing process.
Now I'm currently working with the National Park Service at Casa Grande Ruins National Monument as a biological technician. And the thing that actually helped me get that job was the opportunities here at CNUW.
I work at a large commercial grower. I was able to convince my boss, if I grow these native plants and they look nice, we'll sell them. We've definitely expanded our catalog, growing diverse native plants on a large scale.
My plans are to go to NUW to become a botanist. seeing the plants grow from like a little seed to a sapling that would be used for restoration is like one of the things I really enjoy doing at CNUW.
It means a lot to be able to have my footprint on the world and be able to help protect nature. It is the thing that I've loved since I was a kid. I see what it does for people.
When the community invests, it allows us to do even more. It allows us to have even more elementary schools visit. It allows us to have more student interns that get to experience working in this environment. It allows us to do more community outreach. So the support of the community allows us to give back even more to the community.
There's not a lot of ways for citizens to get involved with their local environment. And to have such a gem that offers that to people and to students and to children, I just think it's worth preserving.
I hope you consider giving to the Center for Native and Urban Wildlife, allowing us to shape future scientists experience what it is to make a difference in the community. Not just of SCC, not just of the Center for Native and Urban Wildlife, but for our environment throughout the state.
It's really a privilege to be able to have a job that you feel like you make a difference. I think a lot of our students want that, and there aren't a lot of jobs like that out there. So that's why I've stayed so long. I feel like I help.